From McCormick Gymnasium in Fargo, North Dakota, good evening, everyone. I'm Lydia Mattern alongside Kinley Kuhneman as we get set for North Dakota High School volleyball action. Tonight, the Shanley Deacons prepare to take on the Devil's Lake Firebirds. Volleyball on Shanley TV is presented by the Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon athletics to a higher level. We will be back after a quick message from our Deacon partners.
This broadcast is presented by American Family Insurance, Ken Craft Agency, Bell Bank, Beyond Boundaries Therapy Services, Butler Machinery, Ed's Marine, the Fargo Jet Center, First International Bank and Trust, Forum Communications, Haley's Hope, Hurley's Religious Goods, Luther Family Buick GMC, Master Construction, Moore Engineering, Network Center, Northern Improvement, Off the Wall Advertising, Robert Gibb and Sons, Sanford, Shields, Taxman, TCI Insurance, and Wolf Steel Construction.
Side hitter, junior, number 8, Mariah Bird. At center, sophomore, number 12, Olivia Vetter. At defensive specialist, senior, number 14, Olivia Manuel. At middle hitter, junior, number 17, Landry Fredericks. At middle hitter, sophomore, number 20, Paige McAllister. At libero, sophomore, number 18, Hannah Hodel. Your head coach for the Deacons, Kurt Johnson.
We're back and about ready to go underway here tonight. The Shanley Deacons 14-5, and the Devil's Lake Firebirds 4-15 here, ending the regular season. Tonight. Kinley, before we get started, who are a couple players to look out for, both on the Firebird side of the net, but also the Deacon side?
For the Devil's Lake Firebirds, number 5, Maya Barrett, and number 6, Jess Mertens, both seniors this year. And for the Deacons, number 5, Riley Payne, who is a senior, and number 8, Mariah Bird.
Yeah, Kinley, I definitely agree. Riley Payne has had a wonderful season, capping off her Shanley volleyball career tonight one last time here in McCormick Gymnasium before the basketball season gets started. She's had a great season this year, and Mariah Bird, only a junior, or already a junior, I guess you could say, definitely stepping up and playing her role quite well. On the opposite side, number 6, Jess Mertens, a phenomenal athlete, a great volleyball player, but also a wonderful basketball player, and is also an all-state cross-country runner. So I think it's safe to say she does it all. It'll be fun to watch her tonight as well. Crazy to think that it's already the last regular season of the game, but I think both teams are ready to go, and yeah.
Definitely, both teams want it.
Couple subs here. Morgan Anderson, libero for the Firebirds, will sub in here for number 10. Along with Hannah Hodel, the libero for the Deacons, coming in for Paige McAllister. She'll start in the back row. Looks like the Firebirds will serve first. Number 23. Ellie Volk will go back to serve here for the Firebirds. Her serve finding Payne in the back row. A little bit of shank there from Payne. She'll send it over. Manuel will pick it up. Now down to Bird. To the back row to Mertens, who will send it over the net to the Deacons. Hannah Hodel, a great hustle play there in the back row. Liv Vetter will send it over. Number 11, Abby Johnson, will send it over for the Firebirds. Deacons will get the point, however. So with that, Mariah Bird, number 8, will take it to the line to serve. Her serve finding Mertens in the back row. Up to Johnson. A little miscommunication there from Manuel and Hodel. And just like that, tied 1-1. Serving for the Firebirds, number 11, Abby Johnson. Found Mariah Bird in the back row. Olivia Vetter hustled out for that one. Riley Payne barely able to get it over the net. Abby Barnett will send that one over. assist by Elfman, it looked like. Abby Johnson still serving. Mariah Bird there to pick that one up to Vetter, and now right side to Lander Fredericks, who's barely able to tip that one over. And it looks like we'll get a net call there on the Deacons. Lander Fredericks almost able to tip that one over, however, her body did go a little bit forward. So with that, Abby Johnson again will head back to the line. Finding Olivia Manuel up to Vetter, and now outside to Riley Payne, who'll place it perfectly right down the line. Firebirds not quite sure how to react to that one. Riley Payne with a very hard hit. Paige McAllister, a sophomore, she'll head in for the Deacons. Hannah Hodel serving now for the Deacons. Finding Anderson up to Johnson. Point Devils Lake. 4-2 here in game one. Rachel Dolan, number 10, in for the Firebirds. Morgan Anderson serving now for the Firebirds. Finding Manuel in the back row. Up to Vetter again, and outside to Riley Payne. Outside to Jess Mertens. Beautiful hit there by Jess Mertens. Sent over again by Riley Payne. Finding Anderson in the back row. Up to Elfman, and down again to from Mertens. Hannah Hodel will place that one up, and Olivia Manuel not quite able to get that one over. Looks like a little bit of confusion there. Didn't quite know what to do. Morgan Anderson will head back to the line to serve for the Firebirds again. Finding Manuel again, up to Vetter, this time down to Paige McAllister. Double blocked there by the Firebirds. Liv Manuel able to send that one over this time. A little bit of confusion there on the call, I think. Out of bounds, though, is what it'll be called to be. 6-2. As Morgan Anderson takes it back. Finding Bird in the back row for the Deacons this time. Outside again now to Riley Payne. Anderson able to get it on it. Mertens pushing it over. Payne sending it over now for the Deacons. Finding Elfman in the front row, and now down to Mertens. Double block there from McAllister and Vetter. Freeing it over for Mertens. Up to sneak attack there by Olivia Vetter. Hannah Hodel there. Sent that one right over the net, right for Rachel Dolan, who was just able to put that one right over, resulting in a Firebird point. Morgan Anderson still serving. Hannah Hodel up to Vetter, and outside to Riley Payne. Touched there by Johnson, now outside to Jess Mertens. Double blocked there by McAllister. Could be a net violation there, I think, on the Firebirds. Point Deacons. Number 6, Megan Matheson in for the Deacons. Olivia Vetter serving now. Her serve up to Elfman, who was just able to sneak that one over up to Vetter, and Riley Payne sending that one over. Finding Elfman, and now down to Dolan. Another violation. Kinley, what are your thoughts? We've had 3 violations so far, a couple from each side. It's playing a big role in tonight's game.
It definitely is.
Serving from the Firebirds, number 17, Olivia Elfman.
Number 17, Olivia Elfman, heads back to serve for the Firebirds. Finding Hodel using her hands this time. Right side to Paige McAllister. Beautifully placed it right down the line. Firebird defense didn't really move on that one. Not quite on their toes yet, I think, tonight. However, the Deacons still down by 4-8. Riley Payne heads back to serve. A little too much power on that one, sends that one way out of bounds. Point Devils Lake. Number 6, Jess Mertens, heads back to serve. Her serve finds Payne up to Vetter in middle there to Paige McAllister. Elfman will receive that one and sent over by Anderson. Barely tipped there by McAllister. Great play by Mariah Bird to save that one. Matheson will send that one over. Looks like Mertens and Anderson couldn't quite get on that one. Landa Fredericks will hop back in for the Deacons as Paige McAllister heads back to serve. Her serve finding Johnson in the back row. Mertens will send that one over to McAllister. McAllister up to Vetter. And Lander Fredericks barely able to reach that one over, but strongly places it right between the hands of, looks like, Jalen Martinson. Paige McAllister will go back to serve again for the Deacons. Finding Johnson in the back row, up to Elfman, and now outside to Johnson. Block by Fredericks. Fredericks already having a good night tonight. A couple kills, and now this single block. Well done by Lander Fredericks. Paige McAllister, this time 7-9, heads back to serve for the Deacons. Finding Johnson in the back row, up to Elfman, and now to Dullman, it looked like. However, looked to be a violation on the Deacons. Point Devils Lake. Paige McAllister will sub out as Hannah Hodel hops back in. Number 7, Hope Schumacher, will head in for the Firebirds now. She heads back to serve. Mariah Bird beautifully picks that one up to Vetter. Right side to Matheson, who tips that one over off the hands of Abby Johnson. Abby Johnson blocks that one out of bounds. Could be a tip, however, a little bit of confusion here on the call as we decide this. While we wait here, if you don't forget that you can connect with Shanley TV on social media. Get the latest updates about Shanley sports teams, plus reminders about upcoming broadcasts. Like our Facebook page today at facebook.com/ShanleyTV, or follow us on Twitter at ShanleyTV. And if you tweet us tonight at Shanley TV, we'll be sure to give you a shout out. Kinley and I will give you a shout out tonight if you're tuning in. We really appreciate your support, so let us know you're watching. Will be a point for the Deacons here, as Abby Johnson did tip that one out of bounds. Couple substitutions here. Number 10, Rachel Dolan, will sub in, and Olivia Mandel, number 14, as she goes back to serve. Her serve finding Abby Johnson, slipped right through her hands. An ace there for Olivia Manuel. Abby Johnson not quite able to get that one. Didn't know if she could use her hands or what, but slipped right and almost hit her in the face. Olivia Manuel heads back. Mertens able to pick it up to Elfman and Abby Johnson. But Lander Fredericks gets that block with the help of, looked like Olivia Vetter. Well done. If you don't hit it hard, Lander Fredericks will block it. So great job for Lander to be right in the right spot. Manuel serve, barely gets that one over. A hard serve. Well done by Olivia Manuel. Barely gets that one over. But a point for the Deacons as the Deacons are up now 11-10. Her serve finding Johnson up to Elfman. Middle to number 5, Maya Barrett, but her kill will go out of bounds. 12-10 this time here in game 1. 12-10 here in game 1. The Firebirds take a timeout, I think, trying to regroup, get a little bit of energy. Kinley, I don't know about you, but the game is a little dead, I think we could say. Not a lot of energy going on right now.
Definitely not. The Deacons started out the set with a couple miscommunications, but definitely picked it up. And the Firebirds have been hitting their spots and knowing where the defense hasn't been. Yeah, I definitely agree. If you've enjoyed watching our ShanleyTV.com broadcast, please consider making a donation to help us continue to bring you quality programming. We rely on donations to bring you every broadcast, and we need your help to continue to improve the quality for our productions and to add new features for you as our viewer to enjoy. If you are interested in donating, please contact Joelle Shuey at 701-893-3225. Again, that's Joelle Shuey at 701-893-3225. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your support of Shanley TV. Just like that, Olivia Manuel will send the ball over to Mertens, up to Elfman, and now right side to looks like left-handed Jalen Martinson. Olivia Vetter sets that one up for Lander Fredericks. However, Lander Fredericks not quite able
to convert there. That one goes into the net. 1 point game here in set one. Number 23, Ellie Volk, heads back to the line to serve for the Firebirds. Riley Payne picks that one up. Tight serve. Tight serve there from Olivia Vetter, and another net violation. We've had quite a bit of these tonight, but Mariah Bird falls into the net there, making this a tie game, 12-12. Volk heads back again. Hannah Hodel able to pick that one up. This time outside to Mariah Bird. Right past the hands of Morgan Anderson. Well done, great placement there by Mariah Bird. And after winning that one, she'll take the ball back to serve. Shorter serve this time. Jess Mertens not quite able to get under that one. Sends it way over. Ace there for Mariah Bird. Mariah Bird, a junior, also having a wonderful season for the Deacons. Very well done. Manuel able to pick that one as Vetter sends it over. Number 5, Maya Barrett kills that one over. Overpass from the Deacons. She slams that one back down.
Serving for the Firebirds, number 11, Abby Johnson.
Number 11, Abby Johnson, heads back to the line to serve for the Firebirds. Her serve finding Manuel up to Vetter, right side now to Lander Fredericks. Double block there from the Firebirds. Johnson able to pick it up. Tip there from Barrett, perfectly placed. Pancake there from Riley Payne, just placing her hands out up to Elfman, and now down from Barrett. Down to Riley Payne, double block there, up to Elfman again, now outside to Jess Mertens, hoping to put that one away. Up to Vetter, now down to Lander Fredericks. And Olivia Vetter not quite able to get that one. But great rally there from both teams. Great hustle plays on both sides of the net, tying the game 14-14. Abby Johnson sends that one over. Up to Vetter, right side this time. A tip there from Lander Fredericks. Firebird defense able to pick it up as Jess Mertens sends it over. Up to Vetter again, right side swing hit here from Lander Fredericks. Abby Johnson able to pick it up. Riley Payne sends it over with a double block and no cover there on the Firebird side of the net as Riley Payne will put that kill in her column. Hannah Hodel subs back in for the Deacons and she'll head back to serve. Finding Johnson the back row up to Elfman. Tip here from Barrett up to Bird. And a kill there from Riley Payne up to Elfman and now outside to Jess Mertens. Double block there from McAllister and Vetter. Outside now to Payne. Jess Mertens able to pick that one up though as she'll send it over. Great rally there, another great rally there from both sides. Looked like another violation, I think. Yeah, another violation resulting in a Firebird point. Number 1, Morgan Anderson will head back to the line to serve. Mariah Bird up to Vetter. Outside to Riley Payne. Double block there. Johnson able to pick it up. Ooh, miscommunication there from the Firebirds. Vetter able to take advantage of that and tip it over. As Volk wasn't quite able to get to that one. Megan Matheson back in for the Deacons, replacing Olivia Manuel as Olivia Vetter heads back to the line to serve. Her serve finding Mertens, up to Elfman. Middle this time to Dolan. Right side here to Matheson, and she'll send it right down the line. Great job by Megan Matheson, a quiet player, I would say, for the Deacons, but when she's on the court, really plays her part and does it well. Olivia Vetter heads back to the line to serve again. Her serve finding Mertens. Mertens up to Elfman. Back row again here to Johnson. Johnson to Bird. Bird up to Vetter and now down to McAllister. Not quite inside the lines though, out of bounds. Point Devils Lake with a couple substitutions here. Number 24, a quiet name, a quiet player so far in tonight's game. Jalen Martinson, another great athlete for the Firebirds. Great basketball player and a great volleyball player. Something she can really use to her advantage is her left hand, I think, in both sports that she plays. Tied here at 17 in game 1. Elfman heads back to the line to serve. Hard serve there. Mariah Bird with the overpass. Olivia Vetter not quite able to get to that one. That's an ace there for Elfman. Taking the Firebirds up 1 point now, 18-17 here in game 1. She'll go back to the line to serve again. Finding Hodel in the back row. Vetter adjusting as the setter to Matheson, double blocked there. Sends it back over, not quite able to pick that one up. Another point here for the Firebirds. Timeout here from the Deacons. I think they need a little bit of regroup here, a little bit of energy. A couple small mistakes they've been making, not in their favor as the Firebirds are up 19-17. Shout out to Ashley Mickelson cheering on Riley Payne from Glenwood, Minnesota. She says, "Go Deeks and go Riley." Ashley, thank you for tuning in and thank you for your support of Shanley TV tonight. Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at shanleyathleticcclub.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button or become a member if you are not already one. It's easy to become a member and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon athletics to a higher level. And with that, 18-19 here as Riley Payne will serve for the Deacons. Her serve finding Johnson in the back row, up to Elfman. Right side here to Mertens. Not quite able to convert on that set. We'll send that one across the court and way out of bounds. Tied here at 19. Riley Payne heads back to the line to serve again. Her serve finding Mertens in the back row, up to Elfman. This time outside to Martinson. Up to Vetter from Hodel. Double block there from looks like Mertens and Martinson. Kill there by Mariah Bird off the hands of the Firebird defense. Riley Payne still serving 20-19 this time. Her serve finding Johnson in the back row, up to Elfman, right side here to Mertens, placing it right in the middle. I think the Deacons got a little off guard there on their defense. No one was really on their toes or ready to go. A great job there from Jess Mertens. She'll head back to the line to serve. Finding Hodel, up to Vetter, right side to Matheson. Double blocked there again for Matheson. Or excuse me, by the Firebirds on Matheson's kill. 21-20. This time for the Firebirds as Jess Mertens heads back to the line. Mariah Bird sending it over. Johnson able to pick that one up. But the Firebirds not quite able to get that one over the net. All tied at 21 here in game 1. Hannah Hodel subs out as Lander Fredericks comes in. And Paige McAllister heads back to the line to serve. Finding Mertens in the back row, up to Elfman. Middled from number 10. A great job. Number 10, Rachel Dolan, just placing that one straight down. Great play there from the Firebirds. As number 7, Hope Schumacher, comes in to serve for the Firebirds. Finds Bird in the back row, up to Vetter, and now outside to Lander Fredericks. Number 7, Hope Schumacher, just kind of waits after that play, not really sure what happened. Great placement there from Lander Fredericks and a hard hit. Matheson subs out as Mania comes in, and she'll head back to the line to serve. 22-22. Her serve finding Mertens, up to Elfman. Middle here. Double block there from Bird and Fredericks. Great job. Great timing by the Deacons. Manuel still serving. Up 1 this time. Her serve finding Johnson in the back row. Jess Mertens helping out in the setter position as Jalen Martinson sends it over. Lander Fredericks pounds that one and not quite able to convert the second time. Hard hit there from Lander Fredericks. Number 17 able to get that one up, and Lander Fredericks just couldn't quite convert the second time there. 23-23. As number 23, Allie Volk will send that one over to Hannah Hodel up to Vetter, and now outside to Lander Fredericks. Mertens picking that one up in the back row. Barrett helping out as the setter. Over by Johnson. Vetter hustling across the court to get to that one, and Lander Fredericks again not quite able to convert on that one either. Looked to push but couldn't quite get it. Timeout Deacons as it's set point here for the Firebirds. It's been a close one so far tonight. Both teams, I'd say a little off tonight, not quite playing their best game of volleyball, but both very competitive and wanting it equally, I guess you could say.
And I'm sure the Deacons are just hoping that this timeout will give them some momentum to finish off the set strong.
Yeah, Kinley, I definitely agree. Momentum, I think, has been lacking a little bit tonight on both sides of the court, but last regular season game, especially at home, I think the Deacons really do want it. As the teams head back on the court now, Ellie Volk will serve for the Firebirds. Her serve finding Hannah Hodel. Olivia Vetter hustling for that one as Mariah Bird sends that one over for the Deacons. Freeing it over there by the Rough Riders up to Vetter. And now down from Lander Fredericks. Firebirds hustling after this one as Abby Johnson sends it over. Vetter and now push there from Bird. Firebirds really hustling after these plays here as Lander Fredericks smacks that one down. Johnson able to pick it up to Elfman. And as Jess Mertens pushes it over. Hannah Hodel up to Vetter. Now outside to Mariah Bird. Jess Mertens able to get a touch on that one, but not quite where she wanted to. A great rally on both sides. Beautiful hustle plays. Beautiful hustle plays by the Firebirds, really not wanting to give up. Mariah Bird heads back to the line to serve, finding Johnson. Shank there from Johnson. Mariah Bird, clutch ace right now for the Deacons. Great placement by Mariah Bird. Great job. As it's 25-24, Deacons here in game one, win by 2. Just a quick reminder. We were just about to remind you guys, but remember we do have to win by 2, so 25-24 here in set 1.
And Lydia, I think that last time out really helped the Deacons gain some momentum, and now I'm sure the Firebirds are hoping for the same thing.
Yeah, for sure. Coming out of that timeout, Mariah Bird, like I said, with that clutch ace, just placing that ball out of reach of the defense and really giving her team that energy as she'll head back to the line to serve. Finding Johnson up to Elfman with a little bit of a sneak attack there. As we're all tied up 25-24, just kidding. 26-24. Looked like it could have gone either way. The Firebirds started cheering, so I just kind of guessed, I guess. 26-24, though. The Deacons will take that one. (26-24). The Deacons won that one by 2. Sorry, I was a little misleading on that one. I thought the Firebirds got that one, but 26-24 was the final score of game 1, and the scoreboard is updating tonight, so it is set 2 as the Deacons took that first one. I think they really did need that one to kind of gain some momentum going into the rest of tonight's game. We started off a little shaky and dead, I think, on both sides of the court. So anxious to see how the energy hopefully builds throughout tonight.
Definitely. I think at the beginning of set one, both teams just weren't really playing their game, but I think as the set went on, they were both ready to go.
Don't forget that you can connect with Shanley TV on social media. Get the latest updates about Shanley sports teams, plus reminders about upcoming broadcasts. Like our Facebook page today at facebook.com/ShanleyTV or follow us on Twitter at Shanley TV. Facebook and Twitter, both great ways to keep up with what we're doing, especially heading into the winter season. Tonight is our last broadcast for the fall sports as we head into playoffs for the volleyball season. But be sure to tune in this winter as both Shanley girls basketball and boys basketball, and then a little bit of hockey too. So we will be broadcasting throughout the winter as well. So be sure to check Twitter and check Facebook as we continue throughout the school year. And before we get started here, we'll be back after a quick break before the teams hit the court. Just like that, now heading into set two as the Deacons and the Firebirds take the court. Riley Payne heading into set two will serve for the Deacons. Her serve finding Johnson in the back row up to Elfman, outside to Mertens. Mertens not quite able to get that one over, but she'll go again. Finding Bird up to Vetter, and now right side to Matheson. Picked up by Johnson, up to Mertens this time. Tighter pass, but it looked like Paige McAllister able to convert on that one. Riley Payne still serving for the Deacons. Her serve short this time, and not something we see very often from Riley Payne. 1-1 here in game two as the Firebirds will get that point. Number 24, Jalen Martinson heads in for the Firebirds as Elfman heads back to the line to serve, finding Bird. And Paige McAllister will send it over to Johnson, up to Elfman, and down from Dahlman. Mariah Bird sending it over to Mertens, up to Elfman, and now outside again to Mertens. Mertens, short hit this time, not able to get that one over the net as the Deacons are up by one. Serving number 20, Paige McAllister. Finding Johnson in the back row. Dahlman taking over, and Elfman sends that one over. Finding Bird's hands, and now up to Fredericks. And a shank there from Johnson. Deacons already up 3-1 as Paige McAllister heads back to the line to serve. Finding Elfman to Johnson, and now right side push there from Martinson. To Vetter, and now down to Lander Fredericks, who tries to tip it. However, Martinson able to pick it up. Jess Mertens trying to send that one over. Finds Vetter. Payne taking over as the setter. As Mariah Bird tips that one over, but looks to be like a net violation. Looked like it could have gone on either side, but will be in the Firebird favor as Jess Mertens takes the ball to serve. Finding Payne in the back row up to Vetter. And now down to Riley Payne as Jess Mertens. Great hustle play there from the Firebirds, sending that one over. Great hustle there by the Firebirds. They ended up getting a net violation, but starting with Jess Mertens to Abby Johnson, and then I think it was Olivia Elfman. Great hustle there, not giving up on the play. Well done. However, they did end up getting a net violation. 4-2 this time here in game 2 as Olivia Manuel checks in, and she'll serve for the Deacons. Her serve finding Mertens, up to Elfman, now outside to Johnson. Johnson finding Hodel. Hodel up to Vetter with a sneak attack there. Finding Elfman, now outside to Martinson. Great follow to the line there by Manuel, just recognizing that one will go out of bounds. As she'll take it, her team up 3 now, heads back to the line to serve. Her serve finding Johnson up to Elfman. And down from Dahlin. A tip there looks like from Lander Fredericks. Olivia Vetter not quite able to cover on that one. So a point there for the Rough Riders. Number 1, Morgan Anderson heads back to the line to serve. Waiting for a call here. Might be a confusion or miscommunication, not quite sure what's going on here. The call will stay the same. We're not quite sure what happened there, but Anderson will serve that one for the Firebirds as Lander Fredericks hits that one down, not quite able to get that one in between the lines. And Anderson will head back to the line again. Down 1 this time. Her serve short, not quite able to get that one over the net, resulting in a Deacon point. 6-4 this time here in game 2 as Mariah Bird heads back to the line to serve for the Deacons. Her serve finding Mertens. Beautiful pass there from Jess Mertens outside from Johnson. Great hustle play there from Olivia Manuel and Hannah Hodel. Great defense from both of those girls, which will result in a point. Great hustle from the Deacons. 7-4, and Mariah Bird is still serving for the Deacons. Mariah Bird, a great player like we mentioned earlier tonight, but another great server for the Deacons. Really takes her time and really gets her consistency. Great job there from Mariah. Great pass there from Hannah Hodel. The Deacons not quite able to pick that one up. Number 23, Ellie Volk will head in for the Rough Riders as she'll head back to line to serve. Her serve finding Bird. Bird shank there from Bird shank finding Payne, sending it over from the Deacons. A tip there from looked like Lander Fredericks as the Rough Riders will take that point. Ellie Volk will head back to the line again. Her serve finding Manuel. Manuel up to Vetter. Way outside to Riley Payne. Barely gets that one over. Looked like it went right in between the net and the Firebird defense, but great placement there by Riley Payne. Hannah Hodel in for the Deacons. A young libero, but really proven herself throughout the season. Heads back to the line. Barrett over there from the Firebirds. Paige McAllister will send that one over. Anderson able to pick it up to Elfman. And down from Anderson in the back row. Finding Bird. And now outside to Riley Payne. Beautiful cross court and great hustle there from Elfman as Johnson sends that one over. Riley Payne will send that one over. Great job there from Riley Payne as Paige McAllister will try to finish the play. And she does. The Firebirds playing great defense, not quite able to convert and get those points. But I think it's safe to say the Firebirds are a great hustle team. They really are working hard on the court tonight and really are hustling after every ball. Hannah Hodel heads back to line to serve, finding Anderson. Block looked like by Paige McAllister. A a great tall threat there in the front of the net for the Deacons. Hannah Hoyle heads back to serve. Finding Johnson in the back row, up to Elfman, and outside to Johnson again. Manuel to Payne. Payne to Johnson as Jess Mertens hustles after that one. And Barrett will send it over. Sends it over to Bird, up to Veteran, outside to Riley Payne. Beautiful hit by Riley Payne. Jess Mertens not quite on her toes for that one, but great job there from Riley Payne. And just like that, here in set 2, 11-6, the Deacons are up as the Firebirds take a timeout. I think just wanting to regroup here and get a little bit of energy heading back into the second half here of the second set. As you saw on the replay here, folks, Paige McAllister really being aggressive at the net, getting a couple blocks, but also getting a couple hits. A young player, she'll be back next year, only as a junior next year. But really, I think proved her spot. All these girls proved their spot, but Paige McAllister really did here on the court this season. One quick shout out to Mrs. Miller, teacher here at Shanley. Mrs. Miller, you've watched quite a bit of games this season. We really appreciate your support of Shanley TV. I just want to let you know I hope to get to bed early tonight, but I'll be sure to fill out my sleep survey. So thanks for tweeting at us and for your support throughout the season. We really appreciate you tuning in. Just like that, we're back, and Hannah Hodel serves for the Deacons as Barrett barely tips that one over. Riley Payne sends that one over for the Deacons. Freeing it over was Abby Johnson, however, sends that one into the net, not quite able to get it over. 12-6, Hannah Hodel still serving for the Deacons. Anderson picks that one up, and she'll try to send that one over again for the Firebirds, however, not quite able to get that one over.
Hannah Hodel still serving.
Hannah Hodel serves again for the Deacons, however, her serve short. 2 plays in a row, the ball has been short into the net. Here, not something you see very often. But number 11, Abby Johnson, heads back to the line to serve, finding Hodel in the back row, up to Vetter, and outside to Riley Payne. Johnson picking that one up, however, shanking it, not quite able to put it in play for her team. As Manuel subs out for the Deacons, Megan Matheson will step in, and Olivia Vetter heads back to serve. Her serve finding Anderson, up to Elfman, with a swing there from Barrett, and looked like a tip, I think, from Mariah Bird. So point there, Devil's Lake. Rachel Dahlin along with Hope Schumacher in for the Firebirds as Schumacher heads back to the line to serve, finding Bird, up to Vetter, and down to Riley Payne. Great quick set there from Olivia Vetter. Riley Payne just smacking that one down, finding the deep court. Great job as she'll head back to the line to serve. And Morgan Anderson is back in for the Firebirds. Payne serve finding Johnson, up to Elfman and down to Dahlin. Mariah Bird not quite able to pick that one up on the defensive side. Now 9-15. As number 17, Olivia Elfman, heads back to line to serve. And number 24, Jalen Martinson, subs in. Finding hold on the back row, up to Vetter and outside to Mariah Bird. Looks like Johnson and Anderson both got a touch on that one as Jess Merton sends it over. Bird up to Vetter. Vetter to Paige McAllister as Elfman wasn't quite ready in the back row for that one. I think caught a little off guard. Great hit there from Paige McAllister. As Hannah Hodel subs out and Lander Frederick subs in. 16-9 in game 2 here. Paige McAllister heads back to the line to serve. Finding Anderson, up to Elfman. Tighter pass there. Dangerous to do against the Shanley Deacons with Lander Fredericks, and looks like Mariah Bird and Riley Payne in the front row.
And Lydia, I think that was a violation on the Deacons.
Oh yes, it was. It was a net violation. So the Firebirds will get that point as they head back to serve. Finding Lander Fredericks with the block. finding Megan Matheson on the right side. Riley Payne picking that one up, hustling that one over as Hodel sends that one over. Sending it over there by the Firebirds up to Vetter, and now down from Fredericks. Outside here from Bird. Great hit there from Mariah Bird off the hands of the Firebird defense. Looking like a little bit of an excitement here in tonight's game. Finally, I think we've been lacking it a little bit, but fun to get these rallies in here and really get some excitement in the gym tonight as Olivia Manuel heads back to the line to serve. Finding Anderson in the back row up to Elfman, down to Johnson. Manuel picking that one up, outside to Vetter, and down from Bird. Another net violation. We've had so many net violations tonight in tonight's game, both sides of the court. Small mistakes that really do add up. A couple for Devils Lake and a couple for Shanley, costing a lot of points on both sides. Like I just said, the little things really do add up. I think timeout for the Firebirds, just needing to regroup here. Deacons, same thing, both just needing a little break and a little regroup and hoping to gain some energy. 18-10 here in set 2 as the Deacons took the first one, 26-24.
And Lydia, I've been very impressed with the Deacons on how aggressive they have been up at the net with their blocking, and also with the Firebirds being able to play the ball back to the Deacons.
Kinley, that's a good point. A couple of them have been violations, like we said, but overall they really are showing their aggression at the net, and that is really important here heading into the playoffs and heading into the postseason. Manuel finding Anderson in the back row to Johnson, sending it over as Dolan. Finding Payne in the back row up to Vetter, and a tip there from Lander Fredericks. Dolan and the Firebirds not quite able to convert on that one. Lander Fredericks with a great play there, just placing that one over. And Olivia Manuel will serve again for the Deacons. Finding Mertens and Martinson over by Anderson. Finding Payne's hands up to Vetter, and now outside to Mariah Bird. Off the hands of Jalen Martinson. Great play there by the Deacons, just having that patience and setting it up. And Olivia Manuel for the third time now will head back to the line to serve. Her serve finding Johnson up to Elfman, and now a tip there from Dolan. Finding Vetter and up to Manuel, and now down from Bird. Bird to Johnson, Johnson to Elfman, and Elfman over from Mertens as Bird will try to push that one over. Deacons trying to regroup here and set it up as Mertens will take that one up to Elfman, and now outside to Johnson. Johnson to Payne in the back row, Payne to Vetter, and Vetter now outside to Bird. Bird off the hands of Martinson, and not quite able to get to that one where the Firebird defense. The Deacons placed it perfectly right in the center as Olivia Manuel will serve again. And Abby Johnson not quite sure what she wanted to do on that receive of Manuel's serve. But Manuel will go again for the Deacons. Her serve short this time, not quite able to get that one over. As Devils Lake will get that point, as Maya Barrett will come in for the Firebirds, and Morgan Anderson will head back to serve, 11-22. Her serve finding Hodel. Hodel up to Vetter, middle to Fredericks. Beautiful kill by Lander Fredericks. Hard hit, almost straight down, I think we could say, but great job there by Lander Fredericks, really using her aggression and using her power to send that one down. 23-11, Mariah Bird serving for the Deacons. Finding Mertens, as she'll send that one over, and Riley Payne will send it right back to their side. Barrett sending that one over to Bird, up to Vetter, and now outside to Riley Payne. Riley Payne right down the line, off the hands of Jalen Martinson. Jalen Martinson not quite able to get her blocks tonight, as Riley Payne is just really taking advantage of that single block. 24-11, set point here. Mariah Bird will send the ball over. Jess Mertens with a little bit of an overpass there. The Deacons able to convert as Riley Payne sends it over. Anderson picking that one up, and Mertens sending it over. Mertens finding, Manuel to Vetter. Vetter to Payne. Vetter with a sneak attack here, trying to end this one. Elfman for the Firebirds as Barrett sends it over. Barrett to Bird. Bird to Vetter, and Vetter now to Payne. As the Firebird defense will send that one out of bounds off their block. Riley Payne will get that kill. And the Deacons take tonight 2-0 so far. I'll get you guys a couple stats here. Starting with a couple kills. Paige McAllister with 2, Lander Fredericks with 5, Olivia Vetter with 1, Riley Payne with 7, Mariah Bird with 6, and Megan Matheson with 2, coming up with a team total of 23. Well done by the Deacons. You could see here, as I just read to you, very evenly distributed. Definitely a team effort for tonight, along with 3 aces from the Deacons. For the Firebirds, we have 9 total kills, 4 from Barrett and 3 from Rachel Dolan, with no aces so far in tonight's game. I think hoping to gain some energy tonight and just kind of get those points. I think something here in set 3 to kind of watch out for are those like little mistakes that we talked about, the net violations and the short serves. I think just really taking advantage of every point.
For sure, and like you said before, the little things start to add up quickly. And with the Deacons, they now have a lot of momentum going into this 3rd set. And the Firebirds are just looking to play along with them.
Yeah, Kinley, I agree. I think that you said it best. The Deacons really do have momentum. I think hoping to just kind of end this one in 3. They have 1 game left. Turned our attention here to the camera to our student section, to Shanley student section, as you get a little hula hoop action. I think a couple competitions here in tonight's student section. We'll give it a little entertainment in between games. Heading into set 3, the Deacons have already taken the court as they're ready to go and ready, I think, to get this 1 and 3 here tonight. If you've enjoyed watching our ShanleyTV.com broadcast, please consider making a donation to help us continue to bring you quality programming. We rely on donations to bring you every broadcast, and we need your help to continue to improve the quality of our productions and to add new features for you, the viewer, to enjoy. If you're interested in donating, please contact Joelle Shuey at 701-893-3225. Again, that's Joelle Shuey at 701-893-3225. Thank you for watching, and thanks for your support of Shanley TV. Just like that, set 3 is underway as Elfman will serve for the Firebirds. Mariah Bird sending this one over, finding Anderson in the back row, and Johnson will send it over. Johnson to Payne, Payne to Vetter, and Payne right side to Matheson. Firebirds finding Martinson on the outside, and Bird sending it over for the Deacons. Finding Jess Mertens, Anderson picking her up, and Dolan sending it over. Dolan to Payne, Payne to Vetter, and Vetter to Matheson, and the Firebird block will head out of bounds as the Deacons take the first point, 1-0 here in set 3, folks. If you've just recently joined us, it is set 3. The scoreboard is incorrect right now. We'll be sure to keep you updated so you know. The Deacons took the first 2, but it is set 3 here tonight. As we've got a rally going on right now, Jess Mertens will send that one over. Double block there by Fredericks and Matheson. Point there for the Deacons. 2-0 this time as Paige McAllister heads back to the line to serve in set 3. Her serve finding Anderson up to Elfman and Jess Mertens. As Mariah Bird bobbled that one a little bit, not quite able to make that connection. Hannah Hodelin for the Deacons, subbing for Paige McAllister as Jess Mertens heads back to line for the Firebirds to serve. Finding Riley Payne to Vetter and Vetter to Lander Fredericks. Hard hit. Abby Johnson not quite able to pick that one up on defense. Olivia Manuel heads in for the Deacons tonight as she'll head back to the line to serve. Finding Johnson in the back row up to Elfman and back to Johnson. Johnson to Hodel up to Vetter with her little sneak there. Anderson sending it over. Great hustle play there from the Deacons. Trying to set it up here as Bird will send that one over to Anderson to Elfman and now outside to Johnson. Johnson to Hodel up to Vetter and now outside to Bird. Bird, however, not quite able. Short hit this time, not quite able to get that one over the net. Morgan Anderson heads back to the line to serve for the Firebirds. Finding Riley Payne. Riley Payne sends that one over. Anderson will send it back over from the Firebirds. Finding Hodel up to Vetter and down to Lander Fredericks. Her third really solid kill of the night, I would say. Really hard. Sending it over, unable for the defense to really have a chance in receiving it. Great job there by Fredericks as Bird will take that one and send it over. Mertens using her hands there for Barrett to Vetter. And now a tip there from Lander Fredericks with looks like a net violation. Yep, net violation there for the Deacons. So a point from Devils Lake as we get a couple substitutions. Ellie Volk will head in for the Firebirds and she'll head back to line to serve. Her serve finding Bird. Manuel helping out Vetter as Payne sends it over. Payne finding Mertens. Tighter pass as Elfman tries to tip that one over. Johnson tipping that one over. Manuel taking over as a setter and Riley Payne pushing it over. To Elfman and now outside to Johnson. Johnson finding Hodel up to Vetter and now down to Lander Fredericks as Anderson wasn't quite able to get on that one. Lander Fredericks with another great kill. And Paige McAllister will come in for the Deacons. Hannah Hodel heads back to the line to serve. 5-3 here again, like I said in game 3. The scoreboard isn't updating quite yet. Bird digging up that one from Vetter and now outside to Payne. Hodel covering that one. Hits the ceiling and the Deacons not quite able, not quite ready for that one. Abby Johnson will head to the line to serve for the Firebirds. Finding Bird in the back row up to Vetter and a swing hit here from Paige McAllister. Another net violation tonight, this time on the Firebirds. Couple substitutions here. Manuel checks out as Matheson checks in, and Olivia Vetter will head back to the line to serve. Finding Anderson up to Elfman as she'll push it way deep. McAllister will set it to Riley Payne as she hits that one right off the hands of Morgan Anderson. Quick shout out to Tom and Sandy Payne watching from Arizona. Thank you both for tuning in tonight and for your support of Shanley TV. We appreciate you tuning in and we hope you are enjoying the broadcast so far tonight. Kill by Megan Matheson. 8-4 this time here in game 3 as Olivia Vetter will serve again for the Deacons. Vetter finding Anderson up to Elfman to Barrett. Riley Payne not quite able to get on that one on the defensive side.
Hope Schumacher checking in. Schumacher.
Couple substitutions here. Hope Schumacher will head back to the line for the Firebirds to serve. Her serve finding Bird. Bird up to Vetter. And down to Riley Payne off the hands of Schumacher. Great kill there by Riley Payne. Assist there from Vetter. After getting that kill, Riley Payne will head back to the line to serve for the Deacons. 9-5 here in game 3. Up to Elfman. And down by Dolan. Rachel Dolan with a great hit. Rachel Dolan, 6'1". Oh my, I didn't even look at this. What? 6'1", 10th grader. That's kind of insane. That's crazy. 6'1", 10th grader Rachel Dolan with a great kill for the Firebirds, giving them some energy. As she just got a block, gets a kill and gets a block. Great job by 10th grader Rachel Dolan. Finding Bird to Vetter, and Vetter set. Deacons weren't quite in the right spot. No one was there to receive that set from from Olivia Vetter. Elfman serving that one overpass there from Payne, as Olivia Vetter wasn't quite able to receive that one. Devils Lake, I think, with the momentum right now. They were down for a while, but they've now tied the game 9-9. Elfman heads back to the line to serve, finding Hodel. Up to Vetter, and now outside to Bird. A Bird blocked there by Dolan. She'll send it over again to Anderson, and Anderson not quite able to convert. Lander Frederick subs in for the Deacons as Paige McAllister heads back to the line to serve. Her serve finding Johnson. Johnson to Anderson, and Elfman will send it over. Elfman to McAllister. McAllister to Vetter. And down to Megan Matheson. A great hit there from Megan Matheson, as Rachel Dolan will push that one over to Vetter, and outside to Mariah Bird. Right through the hands of the two blockers on the Firebird side of the net. Great job, Mariah Bird, placing that one beautifully. 11-9 as Paige McAllister will serve. Finding Anderson. Anderson shanking that one. Elfman and Mertens hustle after that one, but not quite able to get that one. As Paige McAllister will serve again. 12-9 this time. Her serve finding Johnson. Johnson to Elfman, and Elfman to Jess Mertens with a kill there from Jess Mertens. Smartly tipped that one over, as she'll head back to line to serve. Her serve finding Hodel. Hodel up to Vetter, to Megan Matheson. A great kill by Megan Matheson. Beautifully placed set from Olivia Vetter.
And Lydia, like you said earlier, Megan Matheson, a quiet player, but when she's out on the court, you can definitely tell that she's out there.
Olivia Manuel heads back to line to serve. Finding Anderson and Elfman I think a little confused there. Didn't quite know she was supposed to get to that one. So, like we said, the little things do add up fast. 14-10 here in game 3. Scoreboard still hasn't updated yet, as Manuel heads back to line to serve. Finding Anderson up to Elfman, and now outside to Johnson. Johnson not able to get that one over the net. 15-10 as the Firebirds will call a timeout, hoping to regroup and kind of get their momentum back like we've talked about all night. And I think the biggest thing for the Deacons is just to kind of keep their great team effort, I think we could call it team effort, and keep their team effort going, and just really keep playing well together, setting each other up, and just playing unselfish volleyball like they do. Don't forget that you can connect with Shanley TV on social media, get the latest updates about Shanley sports teams, plus reminders about upcoming broadcasts. Like our Facebook page today at facebook.com/ShanleyTV, or follow us on Twitter @ShanleyTV. Like I said, with some winter broadcasts coming up, hockey and both boys and girls basketball. It'll be fun to follow us throughout the winter, and be sure to keep watching as the fall seasons come to an end, but the winter seasons just begin. Just like that, we're underway, and I think the Firebirds coming out of the timeout just like they wanted, getting that point 11-15 here in Game 3. As Morgan Anderson will head back to the line to serve. Her serve finding Hodel, up to Vetter, and middle as Fredericks barely tips that one over. Looks like a point there for the Deacons. Yeah, point there for the Deacons. Looked like could have been out of bounds or in bounds, but a great placement there by Lander Fredericks. 16-11, Mariah Bird heads back to the line to serve. Dolan barely reaching over. Manuel tried to pancake that one, but it will be a Devil's Lake point. Number 23 checking in for the Firebirds. Ellie Volk will head back to the line to serve. Finding Bird up to Vetter, and a tip there from Fredericks, finding Elfman, and back to Elfman again. Payne single-handedly blocked that one herself, as Volk will send that one over. Vetter to Manuel, Manuel outside to Payne. Off the hands of Morgan Anderson. Great hit there by Riley Payne. McAllister checking back in for the Deacons, and Hannah Hodel heads back to the line to serve. Hodel finding Anderson, Anderson to Elfman, and up to Johnson. Olivia Manuel tackling that one. Riley Payne pushing that one and extremely far to the back row. Firebirds letting that one go. Looked like to be a little bit of a misleading push there, but a great play from Riley Payne. Hannah Hodel still serving 18-12. Shorter serve this time as Anderson was able to pick that one up, and Johnson hustles after it. Paige McAllister sending that one over. Off the arms of Volk. Another timeout, looks like. Yeah, another timeout by the Firebirds. 19-12 here in set 3, like we've been saying. The scoreboard is updating, but if you're a newer viewer tonight, it is set 3, and it's just not updating quite yet, so we'll be sure to remind you throughout the evening.
And Lydia, I think this Firebird timeout will help them pick up their defense with Shanley's good hits and just help them kind of gain some momentum to end this third set. Yeah,
Kinley, I agree. I think if they just really focus on the little things, kind of get their energy back and just really get up the strong kills from Paige McAllister, Riley Payne, Mariah Bird. If they just get them up, kind of give them that chance, it really will be a game changer for them. But Hannah Hodel will serve for the Deacons. Finding Johnson in the back row, up to Elfman, and now outside to Jess Mertens. To Bird to Vetter, and now outside to Riley Payne. Kinley, like we just talked about, just playing defense, that's just really important. Jess Mertens not quite able to get to that one, but a great kill there by the Deacons. 20-12, 5 points left to go to win this one. 3-0. Hannah Hodel serves for the Deacons, up to Elfman and down from Barrett. Hodel picking that one up to Vetter, and now outside from Payne to Mertens, to Elfman, and now to Johnson. To Hodel, up to Vetter, and now outside to Riley Payne. As she placed that one perfectly, I could say, right over the head of Morgan Anderson. Great job there by Riley Payne. 21-12, Hannah Hodel still serving for the Deacons. Finding Anderson. Anderson not quite able to get her passes, as Hannah Hodel will mark that as the ace in the ace column. Great serve by Hannah Hodel. 22-12. She'll head back to line to serve again. Finding Johnson, Elfman hustling after that one, and Johnson will send that one over. Single block there by Paige McAllister, and Johnson will send it over again. Finding Hodel, up to Vetter, and a swing hit here from Paige McAllister. Double block, but picked up by Olivia Manuel. Pushed from Mertens. Mertens to Hodel. up to Vetter, and now to Paige McAllister again. Off the hands of Abby Johnson. Great job, great quick rally there. But a point for the Deacons, as Hodel will still serve 23-12 here in Game 3. Hodel finding Mertens. Mertens up to Elfman, and Elfman right side to Johnson. Johnson really wanting to put that one away, finding Manuel, however. And block there by Olivia Elfman, it looks like. A point there for Devils Lake. 13-23 as Abby Johnson heads to the line to serve. Picked up by Hodel, up to Vetter, and outside to Riley Payne as she'll tip that one over. Mertens sends that one over deep, but Hodel able to recover, and Riley Payne will send it over again. Blocked. Payne sends it back over. Finding Volk to Elfman, and now it's Jess Mertens. Payne picking that one up, sending it over. Single block by Paige McAllister. Great job, Paige McAllister. Timing that block perfectly, being in the right spot at the right time, and just really great form by Paige McAllister. Has to feel good for Paige McAllister. Great job there by Paige. Barrett sending this one over. Finding Hodel up to Vetter, and Vetter to Matheson. Double blocked, but Vetter able to pick it up as a net violation is called on the Deacons. And a point Devils Lake with a couple substitutions here. Hope Schumacher, number 7, in for the Firebirds, as she'll go back to the line to serve. 14-24. Finding Mariah Bird. Up to Vetter. And now down to Riley Payne.
And Riley Payne placing the last hit perfectly to end the match tonight.
Yeah, great job there by Riley Payne, perfectly ending that one. You could see in her approach she really did want that one. 25-14. The Deacons took that third set. Kind of no problem, but a great job there from both teams. One more set of stats here before we close it out tonight. Here in set 3, 39 team kills from the Deacons and 11 for the Firebirds. A standout stat tonight, Riley Payne with 13 kills in tonight's game. Well done there by Riley Payne. I think a great way for the Deacons to finish off the season, finish off the regular season at home. Last one here in McCormick Gymnasium for the senior players. Kind of a bittersweet night, but a great hard-fought game from both teams. But the Deacons taking it 3-0. So with that, like we said, don't forget, we will be broadcasting a lot throughout the winter, so don't forget to tune in as other sports do get rolling here. But for Kinley Kuhneman and our entire crew tonight, I'm Lydia Mattern, and the final score from Fargo, the Shanley Deacons took 3, and the Devils Lake are going home without a win tonight. But to watch any of the archived version of this entire game and our other broadcasts, go to shanleytv.com. The proceedings have been a presentation of Shanley TV.